Ariel Helwani in Tokyo getting set for UFC 144 alongside UFC President Dana White. And Dana, welcome back to Japan. I thought I'd be the first to give you that official introduction. What's it been like? You haven't been here in like 5-6 years, right?
Yeah, no, it's been a while. And it's great. I mean, I love this country. Like I said in the press conference, everything here is clean. The hotel that I'm in is beautiful. I mean, the Japanese are so organized and efficient, and it's very cool. You know, for people who've never been, it's a very cool country to visit.
How long have you been here for?
A few hours. I literally just landed at 6 o'clock this morning.
So you haven't been able to sort of get the temperature of the people and the scene here. Have people been coming up to you, fans, like, you know, comparing it to the U.S.?
Yeah, I went to the gym this morning, and there were guys at the gym that were, you know, taking pictures, and you know, everybody here is very friendly, and it's always cool every time I come here.
Why has the UFC waited so long to come back here? It's been 12 years, and this is the first UFC Japan show since Zuffa purchased the company.
Right. You know, obviously everybody knows the story. You know, the first, I don't know, 6 years, you know, we were getting up. We got the Ultimate Fighter on. Once we got the United States established, we went into countries that were very easy to do business. You know, there's a lot of obstacles that you have to jump over when you go and do business in other countries. And everybody knows the story of Japan and why it's taken us so long to get back here. So it's a tough place to do business, and especially with the way that the MMA scene just all of a sudden collapsed here.
Are you surprised to see how far it's come? You know, we talked to the people, we went on the streets yesterday. A lot of people know about Pride and K1, but a lot of them don't know about anything else. It's like they just forgot about the last 5 years. Are you surprised to see that happen?
No, not really. I mean, it's just like the United States. You know, if you look at how much momentum we've gotten, how much bigger we've become, and especially now even beyond Fox, you walk around most major cities and ask questions. Some people know what the UFC is, some people have heard of it, but still. And then coming back here to Japan when it's been gone for so long, plus as big as Pride was, not many people here know what the UFC is. You know, I think that, you know, it's a sellout for this weekend's fight, 22,000 people, and I would guarantee you that 20,000 of them are hardcores.
So it is a sellout.
It is a sellout, yeah.
Or will be a sellout.
Yep.
And this is a different market than, let's say, Brazil when you went back there in August, because you're not on network TV here. You're on a small sort of, yeah. So how is the attack different? Because there you're on network TV, 60 or so million people watching. Here, I believe Wow was only available in 2.5 million homes.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different attack, right?
Yeah, completely. I mean, it's just like the United States. I mean, look how long we were around before we got on television there, and then we were on Spike. Then you know, we graduated to Fox. The same thing's going to happen here. All this stuff takes time in certain markets. You know, Japan has been a long, hard-fought battle. Let me address this while we're talking. The UK. The UK and Irish fans are hammering me 24/7 about, we can't see this, we can't see that. You think it's because of us? You think it's because we don't want to be on a huge television network in England or Ireland? No, it's because we can't. We're working on it. We're trying to get it done. It's a tough place to break into. So that's why. I mean, the fans are like, oh, you don't give a shit about us. You know this? Are you kidding? Come on. I've stuck with the UK for, you know, the last however many years. It's been 10 years probably. And I've stuck with it, and we're going to keep on fighting until we get the right deal over in England, just like we did in the United States.
I talked to a lot of the local media here, and they said that in some ways the UFC dropped the ball because they didn't put a lot of the former Pride guys who are on your roster right now. Nogueira, Vanderlei Silva, you have Rampage. What do you say to that?
It's not really how we operate. You know, we don't customize, you know, cards for the place that we're going. Sure, you know, we got a ton of Japanese talent on this thing. You guys got to forget about the old school Pride. There's a lot of great fighters in Japan and from around the world that people should care about. We didn't drop the ball. You know, that's their assessment of it. But we've been hearing criticism for the last, you know, however many years we've been in this business. People have been criticizing what we do, yet we continue to grow and build and do all the right things. This is a sport, and we're bringing you the best guys available right here, right now. Not yesterday.
Then let's talk about the actual fights. You have a main event which features Frankie Edgar defending his title against Benson Henderson. Do you feel as though Frankie is viewed as a champion after that win over Gray Maynard? Do you think he gets the respect that he deserves in the MMA community?
I think he does. I mean, is he one of the huge superstars? No, but I think that people after that last fight with Gray Maynard, how can you not respect him? How can you not respect Frankie Edgar? How can you not want to watch this guy perform again?
Yeah, and you said that you offered Rampage Jackson another fight. He turned that down to fight on this card. What was that fight?
He was supposed to fight on one of the Fox cards.
Against who? Or would it have been against Bader?
I think so. Yeah, we were going to do the Bader fight on Fox.
And he said, without a doubt, I want to be on this card.
Exactly.
And was it hard to switch things around? Did that mess you up, is what I'm getting at?
No, I mean, that we have to deal with that stuff all the time.
Yeah. And how much convincing did you have to do to get Akiyama to go down to 170? Because it sounds like he really didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I always thought he should do, and here he is. You know, I've been telling him since the day he signed with the UFC, and it took this long, but here he is.
Okay, just a few other things. I don't know if you heard this and you were traveling today, but the Nevada State Athletic Commission had a hearing, and part of the major thing that they discussed was Nick Diaz, obviously, but a member of the Culinary Union showed up and made the case as to why there should be an MMA Bill of Rights and a bunch of things as to sort of playing, sort of copying the Muhammad Ali Act in boxing. Okay. And I know you probably haven't heard about this because you were traveling, but what do you think of that, trying to implement the sort of values of the Muhammad Ali Act into MMA?
I think I don't give a what the Culinary Union thinks. I mean, these guys are focused on what's going on in MMA instead of their culinary workers. I think it's a joke. It's all an attack on the Fertitas. And as far as the Muhammad Ali Act goes, the Muhammad Ali Act was put in place so that the athletic commissions could have more control over corruption, sanctioning organizations, and a list of other things. There is no corruption. There is no sanctioning organizations in the UFC, and the list goes on and on. Talking about a bunch of dorks from the Culinary Union that have no idea what they're talking about. They know nothing about the fight game or the sports or the sport of mixed martial arts.
They used to sort of sit on the sidelines and not get involved, but now they're making their intentions very clear. Does that surprise you?
I could give it. I told these guys they created a website about me. They did all this other stuff. Culinary Union. I don't give a shit. You guys think what you do. You don't matter to me any way, shape, or form. It's actually kind of ridiculous, and you show your true colors. The fact that you guys are spending your time, energy, and your culinary workers' money to go out of your way to screw with a mixed martial arts organization that brings a ton of revenue into the state and to the people that you represent. You guys are gangsters. You guys remind me of of old school gangsters. That's what you guys are like. And I could give a flying rat's ass about you guys. You guys don't bother me one bit.
Have you decided what you're going to do about the Carlos Condit situation? Will he wait for GSP, or do you think you'll have him fight again?
Yeah, I haven't talked to Carlos recently. I know he's here, right, so I will see him, and I'll probably talk to him this weekend. But no, I haven't talked to him at all. I've been kind of busy.
And why did you decide to bring back Nate Marquardt, and why Strikeforce?
Well, actually, right after it happened, right after he was released from the UFC, MC Hammer is involved in his team, and he asked if we could meet. I met him in Los Angeles, and he presented the case for Nate, and I said, listen, I love you, but he's going to have to go somewhere else and fight in other places and come back. He opted to sit out and not fight anywhere else. He wants to fight in the UFC, so we're going to give him a shot in Strikeforce.
You thought that was the thing that was most fair to have him fight in Strikeforce, not the UFC, because he is still a big name.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The answer is yes.
Okay, and final question. You obviously created a bit of a buzz when you had your comments about Floyd Mayweather and Jeremy Lin, and now Floyd Mayweather's manager has responded, Leonard Ellerby, and he basically said that you should mind your own business. Why are you talking about Floyd? And he said that, would you like for him to start talking about your business and to opening up the books and telling your fighters about how you're not treating them well? Do you have a response to that?
We've gone through this whole thing, We were a monopoly, and the government came in and checked us out. We've been through all this stuff. Ellerby, I wasn't talking to you. So you shut up and mind your own business. I was talking to Floyd, not you. And again, like I told Ioli from Yahoo, I said, he wants to come in and educate our kids. This isn't boxing. It's a completely different sport than boxing. This is a league. It's run different than boxing is. And the thing that's so funny about it is, over the last 10, 11 years, however long it's been, we've put all our time and energy and our own money into building this sport and creating more revenue and creating more opportunities for fighters. You guys have done nothing but help destroy a sport. That's what you've done. The fact that the biggest fight in the history of boxing, and this will be the biggest fight in the history of boxing when it comes. Thing will probably do 2.6 million buys, and it'll be huge. Yet these guys sit on the fence, and my thing with Floyd Mayweather's talking about the basketball players and all this stuff. Dude, you should worry about your career and your business and everything. You should be lucky that you live in a city that cares more about money than justice, or your ass would be sitting in jail right now.
All right, we'll leave it at that. UFC makes its return to Japan this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. It's UFC 144, headlined by Frankie Edgar versus Benson Henderson.